You've seen the movie. But the real story of Henry Hill was even wilder. It all began in the 1950s in a working-class Brooklyn neighborhood. A young Henry Hill, of Irish and Sicilian descent, was captivated by the mobsters of the Lucchese crime family who operated across the street. To him, they weren't criminals. They were kings. He started running errands for the cruise capo Paul Virio and quickly fell in love with the life, the power, the respect, and the endless flow of cash. He was an outsider, not fully Italian, so he could never be a made man. But he became a trusted earner. As an associate, Hill was involved in everything from hijacking trucks to arson. He proved his worth, and his ambition grew. He aligned himself with the feared hijacker Jimmy the Gent Burke. Together, they orchestrated major scores, including the 1967 Air France robbery. But their crowning achievement was the 1978 Lufthansa heist at JFK Airport, the largest cash robbery in American history at the time. Nearly $6 million, gone in an hour. It was a flawless crime, but its aftermath was drenched in blood. Burke, paranoid about loose ends, began systematically murdering almost everyone involved in the heist. At the same time, Hill was running his own unauthorized side business, drug trafficking. This violated a strict rule from Paul Virio and put a target on his back from his own crew. The pressure mounted. Between the FBI's closing net and Burke's murderous paranoia, Hill was trapped. In 1980, the law finally caught up with him on a narcotics trafficking charge. He was facing a long prison sentence and knew that his old friend Jimmy Burke would likely have him killed before he could say a word. Facing certain death, Henry Hill made the one choice that was unforgivable in his world. He broke the code of silence, omerta, and became an FBI informant. His testimony was explosive. He sent his former bosses, Paul Virio and Jimmy Burke, to prison for the rest of their lives. He dismantled the very crew he had once idolized, exposing the inner workings of the Lucchese family. In return, Hill and his family entered the witness protection program, forced to live as, in his own words, an average nobody. He lived the rest of his life as a schnook, dying in 2012. The man who once had it all ended up with nothing, but his story a chilling reminder that in the real mafia, there are no Goodfellas.